Yes, people, welcome back to the One True Red podcast.
Yeah.
Mikey, what's up?
Main page.
Don't touch the thing.
Wait a minute.
Evening, guys. We've had what a start, eh? What a start. We've had some technical issues in the background. CT, we're looking at you. We've got a new guy, Aki. Who's this guy? I don't recognize him. What happened
to me, man? Please.
Huh?
Just stop bullying me. This is a football.
What the hell? Who's that?
Hey,
welcome, bro. Welcome.
Yeah,
welcome to the pod, Aki.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome. Evening, guys. Evening, all the viewers. Thanks for joining us. We're back on the Sunday evening. What a big day it's been. Exactly, Dunya. That's what we were wondering before. We've had a word with him. He said he's told us everything's okay, so we're going to go with his word. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's usually the usual stuff that comes out of Aki's mouth today. Big weekend and a massive day for Arsenal, Mikey and CT. We've just seen Man City drop points again. What was it? 1 win in the last 6 games, and Arsenal hadn't won a game for the last 2, but they got their victory yesterday against Leeds away. CT, take it away.
Yeah, what can I say, man? I'm happy. I'm happy with the win. I'm happy with the performance as well. I was a bit at the start of the game because I think I put it in the group as well. I was concerned about the lineup because I don't want to see our main striker that we bought in the summer. I don't want to see him starting. I want to see him benched actually. So, but it worked out in the end because Kai Havertz is back. The team played well. What can I say, man? Carry on the Arsenal. We're marching on to a Premier League title in for how long? So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this weekend and the results and the way we played as well. So yeah.
Big change from last weekend, CT, when slightly in the doldrums after the defeat at home to Man United, and you'd drawn a game before that. Now it's all looking rosy again. Yeah.
I was concerned about the form because I did think Arteta was getting it wrong in some aspects in terms of the team lineup, but the team seemed to have pulled it together. And also there was a scare at the start of the match because Saka was injured in the warm-up, but didn't need him in the end. It was a cruise. It was a cruise for the win. So I'm very happy.
And someone's asking for you, Mikey. So you might as well come in and let us know what you thought.
I don't know why they're asking for me, but basically, I think what we need to do as Arsenal fans is to thank Tottenham because they've done more for us to win this league than anybody else. They've managed to get a win and a draw against City. This is marvelous. So it's absolutely fantastic. I didn't expect anything other than slaps for Leeds, unlike some that wanted a draw. I knew that we'd smash them up because we'd already smashed them up. We had the template. It was there. So it was just about whether Tottenham would do us a favour today, and they duly obliged. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the first half of that Tottenham game. It was 2-0 to City. And then I was like, let me just tune in. And I saw a goal. I was like, what's going on here? And then I stayed tuned in. And it was touchy towards the end. But bang. There was Solanke with a scorpion, a.k.a. Giroud Mark II. And it was a draw and it's 6 points clear. Simple sailing. Game by game, lads. Game by game.
Simple sailing. And Miraculous Muri, your question about when will he back the campaign, champions elect? Is that to? I'm sure that's to CT, right? It's got to be.
Let CT answer that.
Come in, CT.
What are we doing? I've always backed my team. What's going on? What are we talking about there?
No shame.
I've had no doubts about what we can do because the league, our supposed sort of rivals are whack. Like Liverpool's just off the face of the earth. Worried about Aston Villa. Aston Villa just ain't got the squad. And Pep, maybe I think we'll have a discussion later whether to see if Pep's time is up because I don't know what's going on with City. So no, I'm always gonna back my team, but it's for Mikey. Look, the question went for me. I always back my team.
Listen, Arsenal will win the league. I predicted. If you watch the pod, if you watch it regularly, then you'll know I said Arsenal will win the league. I don't need to have champions elect anywhere. That's not for me. It's a game-by-game basis. Knock them down one after the other. 14 games left, 12 wins required. It's as simple as that. Unless Liverpool want to go and do us a favour next week, and then it's 14 games left, 11 wins required. It's just looking good. And as Robo Nono says, we will win it comfortably. 100%. I predicted it at the beginning.
Yeah.
What more do you want me to say, lads?
I wanted to answer that question or that statement.
What statement?
Dancer 3793. Arsenal always fold. Always.
Dancer, you can live in hope. It won't be expectation, my friend. Because Arsenal don't always fold. We've seen Arsenal go invincible. We've seen Arsenal win the leagues. Maybe you might be too young from your picture. I doubt it. So you've seen Arsenal win the league.
Wow. Is that what you're doing?
You've seen it.
Go, man.
We apologise on Mikey's behalf, by the way, viewers.
You can apologise for whatever you like.
Let's
I've got my own mouth and I'm on screen.
Top of the league and still Aggie.
Wow. Man's trying to call out people's age now. Ridiculous.
And especially as we're all of a certain vintage on this pod as well, but it's all good. We're all friends here. Harvey, good evening. Good point there, Harvey. Yes, if we beat City next week, we'll be doing them a favour. Robo, no. You never know. They are not going to fold. Remember the Invincibles. I remember, yes. I also remember Arsenal losing last week. So there we are.
That's clear. The reference.
Uche, you were dreaming of a potential draw, banana skin, and the set pieces came out again, and it was an easy victory for Arsenal away to Leeds.
Set piece.
Congratulations to them. I didn't watch the game. I still haven't even seen the goals actually. That's how confident they were looking. From what you guys were saying, it was a very easy win. So congratulations. I've got nothing but props. That's how you respond to a little bit of a doubt that I had about Arsenal. And they've done it. So I've got nothing but props to them. You know, respect to the fans, respect to the players, respect to the manager. Treated Leeds the way they deserve to be treated. You're not on our level. Move over. Give me the 3 points. Get out of the way. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. For someone that wanted, a bit of a story. They shut it down quick.
They did indeed. And Aki, chief Arsenal hater, surely even you will now say that Arsenal got this in the bag. No way, man. This Man City as well. And we'll come and talk about Pep in a sec, and the Man City team in general. But this Man City can't catch Arsenal now, can they?
Yeah, I think they can. I think there's always hope with this Arsenal because they're bottlers.
Are you done? Are you done in disguise? Lift up your phone.
At the end of the day, Arsenal are not a great team, and I think we should probably do a pod later on in terms of how bad this Arsenal team would be in terms of all the Premier League winners in the past, because I think they're terrible. Like own goals is their third top goal scorer, as an example. And it's also a bit of a conspiracy that every time they go into a bit of a bad run, their next game is an easy game because Leeds are really poor. We should have smashed them when we played them.
You drew twice.
So
you drew twice against them.
Ultimately,
we're a poor team,
but it would be a massive bottle job if Arsenal don't win the league, which I expect them not to.
You expect them not to? So who do you think is going to win it? Surely not City.
Liverpool.
Any other team other than Arsenal.
Do you still think that Liverpool are going to finish above Arsenal?
He thinks Liverpool going to win it.
Any other team.
Any other team.
Robo, no, we're sixth. That's where Liverpool are, and we can still criticize Arsenal, but we are sixth, and we're also current champions. But
how can you criticize Arsenal? Be sensible. That's what you're saying.
Why not? Why you guys untouchable?
Why can't I? This is
we've
got eyes.
Well, you didn't watch the game, so you can't. Number one.
Why can't you? I don't know why can't you criticize them if you don't like?
You didn't watch the game. I just explained to you.
I've got no issue with your Arsenal playing, but I'm saying for you to say you can't criticize them. Of course you can. It's just that I wouldn't do that this week. That's it.
So you're choosing
to tell me on criticize today. This week you answered for me. As far as I'm concerned, you answered everything, any doubts. And from here, you are ultimate favorite. There's nothing that I saw this weekend that tells me that you're not going to win the league. So to me, it's totally done. But like Rel said, and we sat here last week, you could easily lose a game again and you're back in. But you know, we're going to talk about it, but you don't need to worry because we got them next. And I can almost guarantee you Liverpool will win that game. So it's down to you.
No,
Whether
don't
you're
say
playing
that.
at the weekend, whether you're playing at the weekend, just take care of your business and you'll be 9 points clear. So at that point, it's time to pop open the champers. I strongly advise you to get your champers ready, get your bookings ready, and enjoy it. It's first time in 20 years. It's been a long time. You guys were very young when it happened, so enjoy it. I've got no issue with bigging up Arsenal when they win a title. Absolutely none whatsoever. We had our run. I had a great time last season, and it's time. And we'll be back.
Any time Uche predicts a Liverpool like win, easy victory, they lose or draw, bro. Come on, why did you have to say that?
I'm sure that's not even true, but you know, he just say that.
Nah, it is, man. Look how many times you drew and lost this season. So it
must
must be true at least once.
We're beating Manchester City next weekend. I've got zero doubt about it. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Sometimes, you know, you can't get old predictions, right? But that's how I feel. I can only tell you how I feel, right? It is what it is. But I think we're gonna beat them. In fact, we're gonna smash them. So we're gonna beat them. They're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it. So let's
whether you're playing, just win the game and your title is yours.
Let's talk about this City team because I know CT specifically. I'm looking directly at you. CT specifically, you were a bit worried about this Man City team going on a run and can't say it's over yet and X, Y, and Z. But they've repeatedly shown that they're just not the City of old. They can't string results together. They certainly can't string wins together. I think they did like 9 in a row for a bit, something like that in all comps. Yeah. But this is not the same team. Clearly not the same team.
It's not. It's definitely not the same team. And that the game today is just shown. It's put me at ease because I was a bit like sketchy in terms of you can't write City off, but you go 2-0 up against Tottenham. I know they're the sort of supposed bogey team or whatever, but this is Spurs. The current form they're in, I wouldn't back them to draw or win against anyone. So I think Pep's time's up, man. I don't know because he's got the tools that he wanted. He's got the tools that I'm saying what I'm saying, man. He got the tools that he wanted,
man.
And he can't deliver anything. He can't get a tune out of these guys. I mean, their defense is horrible. I get it with injuries and stuff like that, but this ain't the City that we're used to and we know of, man. So I think it's put me at ease in terms of us going on to win the league. So I'm not so scared of City anymore. I'm more scared of Villa.
I think that was a jai a bit you, Uche.
There's nothing to say. Like I said, it's a procession. We could talk about Arsenal all day. Like Aki said, a bit boring for my liking, but we could talk about them all day. But honestly, City have got nothing to worry about. It's done. Like I said, look at the bottom there. How can you have just one win from the last 6 EPL games? And we're talking about butlers and who can't do it. Aki, how can you sit there and talk about it? The one game they've won in the last 6 has been against Wolves at home. Not exactly something to write home about. So Manchester City cannot win this league. It's not possible. Even if Arsenal were to lose the next 3 in a row, they can't win the league. They can't do it. Can't be done. Whether they have Gay, Semenyo, give them freaking Mbappe, they can't do nothing. There's nothing to talk about here, man.
That's crazy.
It's done. It's over.
The mad thing is they've brought in Gahey, they brought in Semenyo. They spent a load last summer and last January as well. And this team just doesn't look. I mean, they're a bit better than they were last season. But in terms of a title challenge, this team just doesn't look up to it, Aki. Even though you're still saying Arsenal are not going to win the league, but
I didn't say they're not going to win the league.
No, you did.
You said we're going to bottle it.
Try it.
If you listen to what I said,
go on.
They should win the league, but I expect them to bottle it.
What does that mean then?
What does that even mean?
Well,
interpret that.
Exercise your brain a little bit.
Plural, because all of us are baffled.
It means that the bookies will have them down as favourites. They should go on to win the league. If this was Liverpool or City of old, the league would be done. But because it's Arsenal, because of past seasons when they've been in similar positions and bottled it, it's going to be interesting if they can keep their nerve. But for that to happen, we need other teams to kind of be a bit more consistent. So at the moment, Arsenal have been given a free run, really. It's been one of the worst seasons in Premier League history, to be quite frank.
Free run, this guy.
Worse than last season.
What's that based on?
What's your excuse then if it's the worst Premier
No,
League?
wait. What's that based on anyway? What's that based on? You can't just make statements. What's that based on? What makes it?
It's based on a number of factors. If you look at Arsenal, they're going to be probably the Premier League champions who scored the least amount of goals, probably the least amount. They scored the most amount of goals from set pieces, own goals, like not from open play. They're going to be. It's a dire. It's not great football, and actually, it encourages other teams to play the same brand of football, and it's bringing down the Premier League, really. You know, we went through 5 or 6 seasons of very, very high quality football with Liverpool and City. Arsenal are nowhere near that, and this style of football is nowhere near that either. If you're happy watching this, fair enough. I mean, if I was a Liverpool fan and we're winning, then I'll put up with anything. But as a normal fan, I wouldn't like. I think Arsenal are super boring.
And well, if they're super boring,
what's that got to do with the league?
No, what are City considering? Like I said, they've only just won once in the last 6. What were they doing? Why Arsenal were busy boring us, right? What were Man City doing in response in the last 6 games? Can you tell me? Were they exciting you? Were they doing stuff that you liked?
City are a lot more exciting to watch. At least they play to win.
Oh, okay, they were more exciting to watch. So
they're 6 points behind.
They don't play to win by a set piece.
Oh, okay. No problem. No worries. No worries. Let's revisit the last 6 games. So 0-0 with Sunderland. That's not very exciting. At home to Chelsea, 1-1. Brighton at home, 1-1. It must be exciting. Then you play the Man City, Manchester derby with Carrick's first game. You lose 2-0 and got destroyed. Like every statistics you can think of, they got destroyed. So that is exciting. And then they beat Wolves when people like Rail start making noise about players, and then which we'll come to in a minute. And then I'll play the away to Spurs and it's 2-2. So these are the people, these are the fixtures, Aki. So what were Arsenal doing to hold Man City from performing? What were they doing? Were they doing something? How was Arsenal helping or disrupting Man City in the last 6 games?
I don't really know what you're going on about, mate. You're gonna have to,
the last 6 games, they're trying to win the title.
You've been rambling for about 2 minutes.
And I'm asking, I'll ask it again. I've been rambling. No problem. I've been rambling. No problem.
Anyway, back to the point is that
Aki, Uche's going to clarify.
Let me just say
I'm
this.
going to clarify. He said I'm rambling.
I don't support
the last 6 games.
Aki, you're off screen.
In the last 6 games, Manchester City are trying to win the league. In the last 6 games, they've drawn 1-1. 0-0, 1-1, and they've lost to Manchester United under a new manager, Carrick. So what are they doing that was been exciting you in response to the fact that you're dissing Arsenal? What were they doing? Because in the last 6 games, they should have been taking it very seriously, trying to win the league. That is their objective. So please tell me, what were they doing that's so exciting? That was my question.
I didn't say they excited me, so you're making stuff up there. What I did say is that they're more exciting than Arsenal.
Oh, that's interesting.
So maybe address that point rather than some imaginary.
How are they more exciting if they draw 0-0 at home, 1-1, 1-1, got slapped 2-0 by Manchester United? How are they more exciting?
You're not able to back up your talk.
So no. So if you're looking at did you watch the game that was 0-0? By the way, Uche.
Yeah, the Sunderland game away. Yeah, I did.
You watched it?
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah, I also watched the
Manchester
United.
How many shots on target were there in that game?
You tell me.
I'm asking you the question.
No, I don't know. You tell me.
You watched the game. You watched the game.
I watched it. I said I don't know off the top of my head.
Who counts the number of shots on target?
Yeah, apparently that makes it exciting.
In a 0-0.
No, but you'd say roughly a number. You say
no. I'm saying I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know either. I didn't watch the game.
Oh, okay.
Why are you asking the question?
I would say every time I've watched City, they've been better to watch than. So, are you telling me then that Arsenal are a good watch? Do you prefer watching Arsenal than you do to watching City?
If I want to see a team lose, I'll watch Manchester City.
No. That's what I'm saying.
That's a completely different question.
Yeah, it's not the same question.
This all came about because you said Arsenal are going to be the worst Premier League champions. That it's the worst league that they're winning. You're saying it's the worst league that we're winning, but in the Champions League, there are 5 English teams that have gone straight through to the knockouts. Newcastle will go through. So 6 of the 10 teams in the last 16 will be from the Premier League.
Yeah.
What exactly are you suggesting here? That the whole of football is bad just because the English teams are doing well and Arsenal are doing well?
Well, I believe last season it was a similar story, and no English team went on to win it. Though no even English teams in the final were there. So I don't know what your point is.
It wasn't similar. No. You said this season the Premier League is the worst.
Last season was terrible
it's
as
ever
well.
been. So last season it was the worst it's ever been as well.
It wasn't the worst it's ever been. I think like Liverpool as champions last season wouldn't have been the worst Premier League champions. I think they would have been worse. But this Arsenal team, for sure, it's not going to stand up there amongst the greats. It just won't.
Because you said, right?
In fairness, though, I mean, listen. Let's be real, right? What we're watching in the Premier League this season isn't a great watch. The fact that Arsenal are the best of that bunch is what it is. And I'm not going to diss Arsenal because you can only play and beat the teams that you're playing against and beaten. So Arsenal are the most consistent team. They're the best at set pieces. Everyone else is trying to copy and wants to be as good as Arsenal at set pieces. I can't diss it. But what I can say is, as a general point, as a football fan, we've seen better than what we've seen from the football this season. And the style of play where the ball is out of play more often than not this season, it's gone up. Goals scored from set pieces has gone up. I can't remember what all the other stats are, but it all points to a style of football that isn't a great watch. And I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. And I know for a fact, having watched Wenger all these years and gone through the Wenger years, you would be dissing this 10 years ago. You would be dissing this league.
Right, let me get you off the screen. Let me get you off the screen.
I haven't finished.
Off the screen. You know why?
I haven't finished, Mikey. I haven't finished.
You just said you guys will be dissing. I'm going to respond to you
I haven't
directly.
finished. Yeah, well, let me finish my point, and then you can respond directly. So, even if you want, if you want to disagree with that, that's fine. All I'm saying to you is, as a football, no, I'm not hurrying out. I've got the mic. As a football fan, watching this league and watching this football game after game, where low block and put the ball out of play and take an age for a corner or a throw in, it's not a good watch. And if you want to deny that, good for you. You can now respond, Mikey.
Wow, why did you need that time for that little bit there? Listen, we've all gone through the Premier League. We've all seen George Graham's Arsenal. Don't come and talk about this Arsenal. Yeah. We were locking up teams 1-0 for fun. What was that
as well?
That was then. So listen. So the whole point is, this isn't suddenly the worst ever, is it?
It's not.
I never said it was.
You just backed up. You just backed up Aki. You shouldn't have come and backed him.
I never said it was, Mike.
Won it in the 80s.
I never said it was the worst. I never said it was the worst.
Backed up Aki.
What premiership did George Graham win? What premiership did George Graham win? What
came here, bro, talking up. We've lived through. They're the top flight league winners. Don't try and get down to Premier League because you've only won a couple. Like when you're talking about football, you go historically, don't you? You talk about all your championships. So if you're talking about the best league winners, we're not just suddenly going to say, "Oh, it's only Premier League winners," are we? That doesn't make sense. You're going to go through what we've seen, and what we've seen is that they've been far worse. George Graham's Arsenal were far worse than any team in terms of performance and watching that we've seen in the last 15, 20 years.
Not just him. Not just him, by the way.
That was just an example.
Mourinho wasn't great. I mean, at the end of the day, we just have short memories.
I think that's a misconception for Mourinho.
I mean, this thing about this crazy
let me change talk.
Go on, this stuff about set pieces is a joke. I think whoever comes up with it, you should just be ashamed of yourself. Because what is it that they're doing? I'm trying to attack. You pull the ball out of play, it goes for a corner. I have worked on how to score more goals from corners because that's actually should be my advantage against a low block. I then score a goal from that corner because your team can't do it, because your team can't defend it. We're going to talk about set pieces. It's nonsense. It's the biggest amount of bullshit I've ever... Sorry, I just swore.
Ah,
biggest amount of nonsense I've ever heard.
Oh,
Because it's just
Uche, man.
embarrassing.
You don't even swear in normal life. What happened?
No, because it's just a nonsense. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's like someone fouls you, you get a direct free kick, yeah, and you're then able to execute whatever, and you're scoring more from direct free kicks. You're taking advantage of the situation that they're fouling you. Arsenal are trying to attack. They're winning corners, and they happen to be working on certain corners that certain teams can't obviously defend properly, and they're scoring from them. I've got no issue with that whatsoever. This idea about excitement is very subjective. I don't think they're boring. I just think that the first opening goal.
You do think that? Oh, come on, Uche. No, I was with you with that. You do think they're boring? Come on, you do.
No, against the low block, which we've experienced, yeah, it is a boring style of play. But that is the dish that a lot of these Premier League teams serve us. That being Arsenal, Manchester City, and us, right? So the one way to do it, which is what they worked on, is that we're gonna have to get better at set pieces. They've done that. We haven't. That's why they're so far ahead. But can they play football once they get that opening goal? I have seen many a time. If I watch the game properly against Leeds, I'm sure they peppered Leeds. I'm sure they gave them bits. Because I was hearing stuff about Madueke. I'm sure they deal with you nicely. So let's not conflate this. I don't like this hatred when teams are doing well. We start to berate them and give all these negative vibes. Arsenal are a top team. They deserve to win it. End of story. We haven't been good enough. No one can touch them. Enjoy it.
Just to support what Uche's saying, and thank you, Uche, very truthful. The boring tag comes from being controlled. So if you're in control, nobody wants to see a team that's in almost complete control for the majority of a game. Just nobody wants to see it. And nobody wants to see Arsenal win as well. Well, a fair few people don't want to see Arsenal win. We've got people that predict Liverpool to finish above them, even from this position. So they're the people with the views that it's ultimately boring. The whole boring tag is against style of play. Because if you watch us in Europe, it's been a completely different game. If you play against low blocks, you have to find a way through. And every team has found it difficult against low blocks.
Mikey, this is the point, though, isn't it? Aren't you in a roundabout way agreeing? It's not. No, it's not Arsenal's fault.
Very much not agreeing. Just so you know that.
Okay. So let me explain the bit that you are agreeing with. You're saying that to play against a low block, you've got to undo them with a set piece. Nobody wants to see a team that's total. Okay. So, let me just clarify what you're saying, and then I'll make my point. Go on.
So we have complete control over games. Against a low block, sometimes it's difficult for breakthroughs. We get set pieces by attacking through different lines. Our fullbacks have the most touches in the penalty area. We play inside balls, we play crosses, we get set pieces, and we score from them because we've practiced them. We have good strategy from set pieces, and we're good at them. So are other teams good at them, by the way? Manchester United are very close to us in terms of number of set pieces. So are Chelsea. There are a lot of teams that are good at them. The teams that aren't good at them are Liverpool and Man City in the league. And that's not our fault. That's your fault. Go and practice something.
Yeah.
And then come back again.
Okay, I agree. It is our fault. And I've said multiple times on this pod, multiple weeks, Arsenal are the best at it. And we're rubbish at it. And we need to be better at it. And we were good last season. We were better last season. We have been very good under Klopp previously. But going back to the point I was making earlier, where I was saying you're kind of roundabout way agreeing, is that you said people don't want to see a team in total control, and that's partly because the other team has ceded possession to give you that control and give not just you, Arsenal. This is a general point. So even let's just pretend Arsenal don't exist, and let's take the rest of the league and the rest of the games. Impossible. Our games, for example, what was the Bournemouth game? What was the one we lost 3-2? Bournemouth. We had 82% possession at one point for the whole half. I don't want to see that either. What are Bournemouth doing with the ball? And this is game after game where a team will sit back and it's the attack versus defense. And it's not a good watch, is my point. And you've seen that. You see it in general games. And maybe let's say Sunderland's against the Leeds, maybe they'll attack each other. I don't know. I generally don't watch those games. But I'm watching the bigger games and I see one team with the ball and another team without the ball. And they're two banks of 4 or 5. And then their hope to get a win or anything out of the game is, let's get a corner and let's take half an hour to take our corner. Or let's take a throw. Let's half an hour to take a throw in. It's not interesting to watch. And that is my general point. No, the fact that Arsenal winning the league winning this league and it's still not interesting to watch is by the by. It's not about. I'm not dissing Arsenal. Arsenal can only beat what's in front of them, and they're the best at doing it, and they're most consistent, and they're the best team in this league. But it doesn't change the fact that it's not an interesting watch for me. Other people can disagree.
Like that for ages. It's been like that for a long time, very long. I know Man City that you're
going
nuts over, even when they go 100 points. Even when they go 100 points, you can go and check it. Like that's why stats exist in eternity. They used to have 65, 70% possession on average. Used to be very boring. People stopped watching it because they knew Man City was always going to win. When Man City went on to win, I think 18 games in a row. Don't tell me you're excited by that because it will just control. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to possess the ball. You're not going to touch it. Regardless of your low block, I'm going to win, right? The only difference now is when you insert teams, we start yearning for Man City. You didn't want to watch that Man City team get you 100 points while you haven't got a look in.
Well, you did, but you're saying that, Uche. You're saying that at the same time we were getting 98 points and you did want to watch us because we were.
Yeah. And then what did I get in the end? That's why if you're talking about the fans, we're saying that was what existed. We found ways. This low block have always existed. The difference was we happened to still find a way to break them, right? And it's getting worse because teams have got a lot of money and
they're defending better.
So you can't honestly there's a lot of teams that we have problems this season. I can only talk about myself for this season and last season. Teams like, for example, Crystal Palace, right? They know they can hurt us because they can give us that low block that we don't like and hit us on the counter. And so many teams are doing that. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, season on season, that's been happening. They were getting results against City. Remember Andros Townsend? It was just 1-0, one attack, boom. They're playing in low block. Teams continually play in a low block. And I remember people in our WhatsApp forum saying that Man City was boring because you just knew what was going to happen. They dominate the ball 80% and they get a goal. The difference is the defending is a lot better now and they're defending the box and cutting off a lot of spaces.
Yeah.
It's just what it is and you have to break through it. That's why when we play European games, each of the English sides, they're having fun in the games.
Yeah,
we beat Bayern, Atletico, Inter, all comfortably. And they're the top teams. They're three of the top teams in the tournament.
Exactly.
So how does the Premier League suddenly get diminished when we can go there and give slaps?
Yeah, but you say that, Mikey, and it's not necessarily diminishing. I mean, I'm not, just to be absolutely clear, I'm not Aki and going to extremes of worst champion. I mean, there's been a lot of boring teams and rubbish teams and whatever else. So I'm not that extreme, but I've got eyes, and we've all watched football for a long time. And this season has been a shift. And even you mentioned Europe there. You saw what Gordon said when they asked him in the press conference before the PSG match, the Newcastle PSG match, where they asked him what's the difference between the Premier League and the Champions or European football, and he said it's more about fighting, it's more about set pieces, it's more about this. But in the European competitions, people come to play football. I mean, you can take it as a diss. You can take it as a diss, but it is what it is. Like Mam earlier said, although he's dissing Arteta, I won't go as far as that, but let's call a spade a spade. It is what it is. The league is what it is. We're seeing a certain style of football in the league this year. And also going back to what Gabby once said about people parking the bus and being rebranded a low block. It was boring back then. It was boring back then. Gabby,
exactly.
You're making out like it's new. We're saying it's not.
It's not new.
It's not.
I'm saying seeing all the teams behaving this way: top teams, bottom teams, middle teams. Everyone is playing exactly the same way. And to me, if you're okay, Uche, straight up question: Are you finding the football that you watch week on week interesting? If you say yes, that's up to you.
If I was winning like Arsenal, I'll be so
exactly. That's the
and nobody's denying them. Nobody's denying their enjoyment. I'm not denying their enjoyment. You've got to enjoy what you're winning.
There were so many teams. There were so many games this season. Reason why we haven't won this league is almost the carbon copy of what Arsenal have done well, and we haven't. We've had possession, we've dominated, but unfortunately we didn't score, or we considered late, or whatever the case may be. And then he comes in, and you can't stand what he's saying to you at the press conference, right? Bottom line is, if he had turned those and won by a set piece, we wouldn't be in this position. We'd be cruising this league just like they're trying to do. So, got back to Mikey's point. You can't keep on. You can only react to what is being served to you. what's been served to Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool is continuous low block teams. You gotta figure it out. If you think they're gonna change for you, you're delusional. So you have to figure it out. Meanwhile, the same Arsenal, same season, right? They've already played. I don't follow this game. Arsenal, Atletico Madrid 4-0, Bayern Munich 3-1, Inter away 3-1. Chelsea play Barcelona, gave them 3, hold that. Right? Man City play Dortmund 4-1, Napoli 2-0. We then play, what we played? Atletico Madrid dealt with them. Real Madrid slapped them. So who are you? Who are these people? Where's this mythical side?
Let me just stop you there for a second, though, because you're talking about games with no jeopardy. When these games come into the knockout stage, then you'll see the real quality. And how many Champions League winners have we seen from the Premiership in recent times?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
did you believe what you just said? That there's no jeopardy. So in other words,
there's less jeopardy. It's not a knockout game.
At least you corrected yourself, because I was gonna say I didn't have to believe that PSG and Real Madrid really intentionally didn't want to be in that top 8, which is definitely not the case, right? We can't say that. So at the end of the day, they did not go into those games. Yes, I agree with you, less jeopardy, but they went into those games to try to win those games, and they got burnt. They got burnt because these teams don't play. If you come out and play against Arsenal and Liverpool, you're right, though. We're going to hold that. We're going to see. The last 16 is going to come. We're going to see the quarterfinal. If you come and play Arsenal, I guarantee you, whoever you are, I can tell you now what Liverpool will do with Arsenal. We ain't coming out to play with nobody. There is no freaking way we're coming out to play Arsenal. We're not that stupid, right? Arsenal are going to have to suffer. It's going to stay 0-0 for ages, and we're going to try and win from a set piece. Probably another Szoboszlai free kick. Don't play yourselves here. If you come and play with us, if you think you're equal to Arsenal, go and play and see what happens to you. Like, let's stop this, man. This is a top team. They are just incredibly strong in defending, something that Man City are getting dealt with. They were 2-0 up today, right? Getting slapped up by a team that wasn't even interested at halftime because they can't defend. Oh, yeah, and you got your boy Gehi. Defend him now, bro.
What boy Gehi? The guy that you said we should have signed?
Yeah.
Anyway. Is that the one you mean?
Like I said, stop hating.
Is that the one you mean? Yeah. You mentioned Gehi. Is that the one? Is that the one you said we should have signed? That Gehi.
Give it up to the people that can defend. Yeah, I saw Gehi today. I saw your Semenyo. They still couldn't beat Spurs.
Semenyo that scored another goal. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he scored another goal, but unfortunately for him, he's come there to win the Premier League, not just to score goals. And he scored against Wolves as well to give him the one win in 6 games that they've got. All I'm trying to say to you, like, let's start talking facts. The bottom line is Arsenal have done their job as good as they can. We haven't. We can't beat low block teams like they do.
And we can't do it. And nobody's denying that, Uche. Maybe, actually, I would say nobody. Aki's maybe denying that, but I'm definitely not denying that.
What are you talking about?
That goes back
to call for Slot's head. You're the ones that were like persistent with him. I said we should have got rid of him time ago because he's not been able to deal with a simple thing, really. We got the players to smash low block teams, but the problem is we play at pedestrian pensioner football. Even against Newcastle, it took us going 1-0 down, and it's the story of our whole season. We wait until we go 1-0 down, 2-0 down, and then we inject a bit of urgency and we look much better. And that's all down to Slot, so don't bring me into it.
All right, let's move on to the next.
Sorry, Aki. Sorry, Aki.
Go into your team.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good segue into Liverpool against Newcastle, 4-1. Ekitike the man. 116. Has he got a name now, guys? Do you think?
Aki. Who do you address that to?
I'll address it to you and CT. But Aki, what do you think of the 4-1 victory?
Yeah, I think after we let in that goal, we played a lot better, and it was a comfortable performance in the end. Ekitike looks a really, really strong buy. He looks solid. So Isaac's got some his work cut out when he comes back. Wirtz looked on form. Overall, I think it was a solid performance. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't take us going 1-0 down to play better football, because the first 30 minutes weren't great and we were very, very slow, pedestrianised. And it's only when we went 1-0 down and the fans started to get on their backs a little bit that we played better. And in the end, we won. But how we played after we went 1-0 down is how we should be playing from the very first whistle. I can't remember the last time where we played this fast attacking football and scored a goal in the first 10, 20 minutes. That never happens with us anymore. and that needs to change. And I don't think it's going to change with Slot, unfortunately. But fair play. It was a good result. Great performance from Ekitike and Wirtz.
Exactly. Gabby one's asking what happens when Isaac comes back. We're not going to see Isaac till probably March, Gabby one. So he'll have to work his way back into the team. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. But you said there, good performance by Ekitike and Wirtz. And that question does come to you now. CT and Mikey. 116, has he arrived yet?
Well,
Does he have a name?
I'll take this because you know that in our thread, I've already converted him from 116 to Wirtz. So yeah, he has
I just
arrived.
wanted it official on the pod.
Yes, he has arrived. He's doing what I expected him to do when he joined, but he took a while, so it was fun while it lasted. Ekitike and Wirtz must be thinking, what the hell have they done? They joined the defending champions and they're playing with a mess. That's all I can say, because they're standout amongst those fools.
But specifically on Wirtz, you saying that he's arrived, and you said you expected that to happen as well.
Who's
What?
that to? Mikey again.
You don't know.
Let me go.
I already said. I said about Wirtz from day one when he came that he was going to be sick, but he just wasn't. So it was lovely, and I was enjoying it. I had fun. If 116 all the way, but now he's been transferred into Wirtz. So now he's doing the business. CT.
Okay, CT.
Yeah, I told you guys. I saw this guy live and direct. And I told you about Wirtz. I told you how this guy is. Community Shield versus Palace. What did I say? I said Wirtz was on fire. Ekitike was on fire. We've got things to look forward to. It's not my fault your manager doesn't know how to get them to play. So I've never dissed Wirtz. That was all of Mikey, to be fair. And the 116 tag was very funny because he wasn't delivering. Let's be honest. But he's coming into his game now, and I've always rated the guy.
Right, this is funny. This is funny, Uche.
I've always rated him.
Is this what you heard early in the season, Uche? So I swear.
Oh my god, this is funny. Why can't you guys just say with Chester?
What did I say? What did I say in the community?
You thought he was gonna be flopping hard. Like, to be honest, I've got an issue with
Wait. When did we think he was going to flop hard?
Yeah.
No, that's what you guys were going on. You guys thought
No.
He was flopping
You
hard.
signed him.
You know.
I don't want to be the fakery, bro. You know that I rated Wirtz, so I don't know why you
rated. Yeah, you did. Rated. Past tense.
Yeah,
you
before
did
he went
rate him
to.
in the past.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
Yeah, you rated him. Yeah, when he came in, and then you started this. I've got no issue with
Of
it.
course,
Let's be honest.
100 million. This is.
Yeah, I've got no issue with it because at the end of the day, he wasn't good enough for someone of that talent. But yeah, everything is looking good. I think for me, it was just encouraging that we responded to being 1-0 down. Aki is right that, they would look like the better team. They're looking a little bit scary. I thought the crowd was ready to turn. And then, the combination got us back in the game. And then obviously Ekitike scored that goal. But again, it's not a low block. I think Newcastle fell for traps. They fell for silliness. They allowed themselves to get made the game way too open. And when you make the game too open, you get punished by someone like Ekitike. Trust me, we're not going to be getting that present too many times for the rest of the league because people are going to say, we're not giving you that because we know what you're capable of when we give you a bit of space. So Newcastle were a bit naive in parts of the game and they got punished, rightly so. But unfortunately for us, we're not going to be getting that anymore too many times in the rest of this league because we know what we struggle with. And when we see it and we can answer it, then we can come back and talk about it. But great win. Next week is not going to be low block, so I look forward to that. And onwards and upwards, like I said, and I'll say it again for people that might have missed the pod. This team is ready to win the Champions League this season. It's what it is. I'm not changing one iota from that stance. It's not happening.
Uche, I'm actually worried, not for your sanity, but I'm worried that you might actually do it and you'll come back on it. But Uche,
of course you're worried. Why wouldn't you? You see what I see now. It's taking you guys a while. I'm telling you. I know why you're worried. You should be worried.
We're going to get to it with all of the transfers and that. But there's a comment from Harvey down there. Uche, opinion on Gordon on Allison.
What did he do? Oh, please.
Did you not watch the game? The foul.
I tell you, what are you talking about?
He tried to do the Van Dijk again.
He's trying to what?
Oh, Ro, you take it, please.
You saw the late challenge on him. Basically the same challenge he did on Van Dijk in the opposite fixture up at St James's Park. He did on Alisson.
So what do you want me to say to that? What's my opinion on it?
Harvey,
You were asking your opinion. That's
Oh,
all I'm asking you.
I don't know, mate. Listen, okay, do you know what it is? I think you should ask someone like Rel that question, Harvey, because I don't have energy for referees as much as these people do. I think if you make a bad decision, obviously it should have been a red, but I just moved on. I always do. Referees don't disturb, they don't work like me like that. What works my energy like that are for players who don't do what they're supposed to be doing. Players that are being bought to execute, that can't execute, and putting a manager under pressure. That's what really gets my nerves. Not really I'm not a referee kind of guy. I say that to my kids as well. Don't go on referee. They're human beings that make mistakes. So that's my opinion on it. I'm not a drama. I don't do a drama thing on referees. I just don't. I'm never going to join anytime soon.
Okay,
All
we
right,
got
one
a few.
person I know doesn't like referees is Rel. So what was your view? Was it Rel?
I thought the referee was terrible yesterday. Absolutely terrible. There were a couple of occasions where we won the ball. What was the one? It was, I can't remember who it was, but I think it was Kanate on someone. Clearly won the ball. Referee free kick. There were other challenges where he gave it to them, didn't give it to us, and it's like, what are we doing here? And it felt a bit like, and this is what I'm going to get on my high horse now. So well played, Mikey. This is what I hate about some of these referees is like they go to a place like Anfield and they're like, okay, I'm the strong referee and I'm not going to be swayed by the home team. And then they start giving all free kicks to and fouls that are not free kicks and fouls. Stuff. It was just seeing things, and it's like, what are we doing here? Just referee what's in front of you. We don't need you to be the star. You're just the guy with a whistle. So just be the guy in the background. It's the players that everyone's paid money. Nobody paid, literally, nobody in the history of football has ever paid money to go and watch a referee. Maybe Kalina back in the day, but nobody else. So let the players play and just referee the game properly. So back to your...
I told you, Harvey, if you want more energy and if you want a topic, he's your guy. He's not me. So next time, please.
All day. I could do it all day. There's more. It wasn't a red though. Gabby won. He should have actually been set. He should have been sent off for a second yellow because he'd elbowed or smashed what's his name, McAllister in the neck just before that. So he probably should have got a second yellow for that. Mamtasef at Real. I never hear you complain when the ref is positive. Mamtasef, that really isn't true. That really isn't true. And I'm disappointed you, Mamtasef. I'm disappointed you, Mamtasef, because it's all in black and white in our WhatsApp. So let's not do that now. But yeah, it was a good victory in the end. 116 has arrived. That's good. Ekitike. What's that?
You can call him Wirtz, man.
Yeah, let's call him Wirtz. Let's not.
He's earned it, has he?
He's now earned his own name. He's now earned his own name. But the other person I want to talk about is Salah. Now, he got another assist, and I think he's broken another record with assists yesterday. But his general play, Aki, wasn't the greatest. He looks just a different player to the one that was tearing up the league last season. I know people point to his age, and that's the most obvious answer. But what do you think is going on with Salah?
Yeah, he's just off form, really. He had a couple of chances. I think 2 chances. One where he got put through and he poked it, but it went wide. I don't know. He hasn't really been playing that well since the middle of last season when I called it out and you guys decided to attack me as usual. But what can I say? I personally think we should have probably sold him in the summertime, but we didn't. And I think he'll probably go this summer. He's been one of our greatest players, but unfortunately, football's a results business. So if you're not performing, or if you're not, getting the goals, getting the assists, etc., then it's goodbye. Unfortunately, thank you for the memories, but
Aki, just a question, and this will be to all three of you actually. Do you think that it's acceptable that he plays at the current level, which is a normal level, moving forward? Because you're not going to get the Salah output again, so forget that. Like, even if you bring a replacement in, you're not going to get those numbers. The numbers were silly.
Last season they were silly. Season before they were good, very good. It's been up and down for a while. I mean, as I say, go, Mikey.
The number of goals that he scored year on year, that's not normal for a wide player. Let's be serious here. Like, you're gonna. Is there another player in the league that is even going to come close to the numbers that he was putting up?
It's not possible. It's not possible.
Not normal.
It's impossible. All we have to do is even just look at the current soon-to-be champions Arsenal and look at the output of the wingers. They're not even anything to write home about. That's literally how a winger plays. It's not that thing. I think what's happened, unfortunately, Mo Salah has performed way, way, way above his station for way too long. Obviously, the time is now. It's over. But it's not to the point of being sad. It's more of I can still do a job, but obviously I'm not that guy. And that's clear, unfortunately. I've got no issue with it for this season. I think by end of this summer, I think obviously you have to call it a day. I think even he has to realize he can't go anywhere else to have that kind of output. So unfortunately, it is over. But I think Aki, you're being a bit harsh. Like I said, come May, you have something to celebrate. So I will hold back. I will hold back.
No, I'm just being honest. First of all, I don't think he's a winger anyway. He's a forward. And I think the system was built for him, really. Klopp built a system with him, Firmino, Mane. Even Mane was annoyed with him in certain stages for not passing. I don't know if you remember the game against Villa, was it? So yeah, I thank him for the memories. He's been a great player for Liverpool. He's been a great servant, but I think his output hasn't been great this season, and it tailed off last season. And given his age, I don't see it getting better. I just see him digressing.
Do we so in the comments and anyone can respond on this one, a few people have said it's the system that is the reason why his output, and in fairness, at the start of when it's starting to go wrong this season, it was clear that our attacking play had broken down and the way we were attacking was different to last year. But as a general point, do we think it's just the system has contributed to his reduced output?
Yeah, I think the system. I don't think the system is contributing.
So uncouth. What then?
I don't think the system. If I'm being, even though I predicted it, I am still very, very surprised. But it's no one's fault. Trent decided to leave, and the difference that guy has made has been so big to everything. But even if Trent did remain, I don't think that Salah seems to have gone. So that's the issue that I think we're having the most. So try and change the system mid-season is very, very difficult. The plan obviously was for Salah to stay on that right and for us to have all these attacking threat. But unfortunately, when someone has that drop-off and he's been stuck, it's clear that we're never going to win the league with this kind of Salah. And so for me, it's just one of those things you have to accept. I think the biggest issue we're going to have going forward is how on earth do you create another system? Because I can't see what the system is. We've given a contract to Gakpo. No one's pleased with that, right? On that side.
I am.
Are we going to change our system? Are we going to play with two up front? I'm not confident. Certainly not two up front with that guy. That one I'm definitely not backing. So I don't know.
Who's that guy?
Just before, who was coming in there? Was that you, Aki?
I was going to come.
Just asking you, who's that guy?
That other guy, the number 9 that comes back in March.
Ro, you want to pick up?
Yeah, I just wanted to share some stats that probably just coincidental, but since Salah came back into the team after AFCON, we scored 15 goals in 4 games, more than the 9 previous matches beforehand. Liverpool created 1.6 big chances per game over 13 games. They have 19 big chances in 3 games since 19. So it was, let me just repeat that. 1.6 big chances per game over 13 games before Salah. And then they've had 19 big chances in 3 games since Mo came back. So maybe Salah's like your guy, Gyökeres. He creates havoc. And everyone else, everyone else rewards. No.
Listen. Don't diss Salah like that. Number 1.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't ever do that to Sir Mo, because Sir Mo is a bad boy.
Yeah.
The problem about your team is you now have players that want touches upon touches. You got Wirtz in there that wants the ball all the time. You got Ekitike in there that wants the ball all the time. And as I said earlier in the season, the direction of play has changed. When Mo was the kind of key output, it was all good. Everything was going to him. He's getting everything off. And that's why he's getting all the assists and he's getting loads of shots off. Even now he's getting chances, but he isn't as clinical as he was last season. Last season, his shot to goal ratio was silly. It was very, very high. I expected him to put one or two of them away yesterday. But as you say, he's not hindering the attacking play of Liverpool. You've seen that in the last 3 games. And that's why I was trying to say, you just need to accept a lesser version of Mo. And that's what none of you Liverpool fans can do. You're all expecting him to get 20 goals, 20 assists plus. What you should be expecting is a normal output, because what you'll do is you'll get rid of him and then you get someone in that's not doing his numbers. Nobody near his numbers.
Well, Saka output. I mean, let's be honest. He's your best player, supposedly your best player, right? Saka. I mean, it's when Saka. I'm sure he's not even far off.
You won't accept that, though.
Sorry,
that's unacceptable to you.
No, it's completely fine if you're winning. I mean, no one cares really if you're winning. The problem that got frustrated is we're not winning, and obviously
you're looking for someone to blame.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what my opinion on Mo Salah was from the get-go. He's a bad man. He's untouchable. I don't play with world-class players, but he has dropped off. So we tried to change the style, and now finally looks like Wirtz has been given the key, and then we'll see from there. But I still think this could be very, very useful. If he really is willing to give it one more year, I will do that, because for me, I've got no issue with Salah being in the team. The reason why we're going to win the Champions League is because Mo Salah is in the team. If Salah gets taken out of that team, I ain't backing nothing.
Yeah,
but I'm not backing a damn thing.
You Liverpool fans disgust me.
No, but
wait. CT, before you come in, because I know what you're going to say. I just want to say clearly, I don't want Salah to go. I don't want Salah to go anywhere. I'm not even necessarily saying that he's finished. In fact, I'm not saying. I'm definitely not saying he's finished, and I don't want him to go anywhere.
Wait. Did you just put that comment up? Wait, what was that? Right now,
Gakpo's more dangerous than Salah. Do you agree?
Mental.
No. There's no way. Are you mad? There's no way.
Liverpool fans are disgraceful, man.
Salah's gonna get dropped so that this guy can come back. No, are you mad? Honestly, I will stop watching, man. I would literally stop watching. This will not even happen anyway. What is just been put up there will not happen. If that happens, I now know that the coach has officially lost the plot. Because nothing's going to happen. If you're going to do that, nothing is happening. I'm telling you that now.
Just back to Mikey's point, the reason why we won't accept him being like a mediocre version of himself.
No, stop saying mediocre version. This is what I'm trying to tell you and trying to explain.
A lesser version, an average wing or whatever. But
no.
he's a highest paid player. He gets paid. He's like one of the highest paid players in the world, actually, not just in our club. So that basically demands that he gets those 6 stats. And if he's not getting it, then why is he getting
doesn't.
paid
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're unrealistic.
No, he's unrealistic as well, because he's demanding that money. He's got
the money. He's not demanding. He's got it.
Well, exactly. He got it when he was performing. Now he's not performing. He's going to get turf. It's simple.
Wow.
Wait. Let's CT speak. Let's see. You come back in, Uche. Let CT speak, and then you come back in, Uche.
You Liverpool fans disgust me, man. Like,
tell them.
Yeah, how dare you disrespect Mo? You're
say that again, and you Liverpool fan and include me. I'm gonna fight you, bro.
It cannot.
Uche, you just said it'll be gone in the summer. So what are you talking about now?
A drop-off comes with age. What are we doing here? Like, this is Sir Mo. As Mikey said, the numbers are not going to be as great as they were, but they're still justify his place in the team. There's no one else that you could bring in that can take Mo's place that will give you the numbers.
Does anyone know the numbers, by the way?
Look at the stats that you just read out, bro. And you Liverpool fans are, he should be going.
What Liverpool fans? What are you talking about?
We're on a pod with you guys.
And Aki sitting there saying Mo should go. That's basically what he's saying, because he's getting paid all this money. He's earned that money, bro. He's earned that.
So the stats are more.
No, he hasn't earned that money. Come on.
Wait, yes, he has.
He hasn't earned that money. So that season,
So wait,
last
he can
season was
basically
what?
do nothing now to the end of the season, and he's earned his money. No, he gets paid on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, however it's paid. But he needs to perform. He needs to perform based on the wages and the expectations of him in our team, and he's fallen way below that. Now, if he's willing to take a pay cut in relation to his performance and become more of a substitute type player, then yeah, I'll
Aki, stop it. Can you stop that, please?
It's disgraceful, man.
Oh man, let's like Aki. Like, I know why you're saying what you're saying, but this is getting over the top now. I'm just literally looking at some of the stats. This is the season, and we know that it's not been great. But your job as a winger is to either assist or score goals. Okay, goals, it's not up there. But I'm looking at the assist. At the moment, it's Fernandes, right? Leading. Then you got this Turkey that everyone's going nuts about with 7. You got Grealish with 6, and you got Mo with 5. So, I mean, we're talking about, Arsenal got play with wingers. Madueke, Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. I'm not seeing these names. I'm generally not seeing these names. So, yeah, I think you're being way too harsh here. Yes, he hasn't scored the goals that you expect normally from Mo Salah. But let's talk about as a true winger. A winger is actually supposed to give assists. And it's not like he's diabolically out of shape or one from that. So when people say, like, he's done, I don't think he's done. He could still do a job. It's just a different type of Salah. The key is going to get given to Wirtz, which is the right thing to do. And then you try to supply line. And I think if I have Wirtz and I've got Salah and another player doing the supplier, I'm cool with that. Because he's not going to give us those crazy numbers. But this is still an intelligent footballer. So that's why I can't have that, man.
So you want him to stay then, just like me?
No, the problem I have, I'm saying that next season, realistically, he probably would not want to stay. That's what I'm thinking. Of course, if there's an announcement and he wants to stay, of course I want him to stay, because I don't see too many players right now in world football that can say, yeah, get him in and get Salah out. That's my issue. There's no way you can convince me of that. Someone's going to just come in next week and say Salah is going to be on the bench like Aki's insinuating. That's crazy. Like,
I'm saying for this season it's sorted, obviously, but for next season he's gone, really, because we need to be getting someone who can do a bit more, who can actually run a little bit more.
What does that look like? What does that look like, Aki? What does a bit more look like? Because he's still getting assists. As Uche said, the goals have, by Salah standard, the goals have dropped off. But what wide player in this league is doing better than Salah right now? Has got better numbers than Salah this season? Not many.
There's no standouts, man. Isn't
the one you should have bought, Semenyo.
But I already told you this season's been terrible. Like I already said in the beginning of this in the beginning of this pod, I already told you it's been a terrible Premiership, and the numbers just stack that up. If you look at all the numbers that you can read out, they're all going to be lower than what we've ever seen, or definitely what we've last seen in the last, say, 10, 15 years, because it's a terrible Premier League, and it's opened the door for Arsenal to win it.
So we're getting back to terrible Premier League, which we went through, and you denied that you said it.
You can't keep going back on.
I never denied. I said I've always said. I think this season,
Aki, you're killing.
Hasn't been the best Premiership. Certainly not the best I've seen. Anyway,
you keep changing what you're saying once we go out.
I've been very.
He's made that point. He's made that point. We discussed it at length.
I know. But a question for Aki though, like seriously, like even this level of not performing, how many wingers would you put ahead of Salah in your opinion in this league? I know you can keep this in the league all you want, but you gotta like, who is this outstanding? Can you even get up to 3 names that you could say has actually performed better than Salah this season? And we are agreeing with you that it's not been good enough.
But first thing, I don't see Salah as a winger. I see him as a forward. So
okay, go with forward then. But you can't say he's a forward to the point of
he's a wide forward. So which wide forward?
You can't compare him to like Thiago, for example, can you? So
but as I said, I think this season a lot of teams have relied on set pieces and anti-football ways of scoring. So and that's the reason why you're not seeing a lot.
You're basically not trying to answer my question, because you know there's not that many standouts. That's why.
He hasn't got an answer.
No, because you haven't got an answer. Give me like 3 names.
Order.
Look. What I want to talk about here is the fact that Man United are getting random smokes. 7-0 Liverpool. Yeah. Love to see it. That's what I want to talk about right now. Is the fact that Man United are getting this kind of smoke just out of the blue. Even the fact that even though they're above us in the league. Guys, it's come to, what time are we on now? 10 hour 4 minutes. We still need to talk about what's going to happen next weekend. Uche's alluded to what we're going to do to Man City, but Manchester United are picking up form, Uche. Now, I don't know if you said it on the pod or you certainly said it in our group chat that Liverpool are going to get top 5 with ease. Chelsea won this weekend. Man United won this weekend. Is that what you still think?
Is that what I still think? I mean, come on, this is silly. It's like this is the Champions year, man. You think champions are gonna finish 6th? Like, are you serious? In this league that Aki has been dissing. Like, come on, man. Of course, we're gonna get 5th in our sleep. It's not even something I spend energy because it's not something I'm gonna celebrate. I'm not gonna start popping off. Oh, look, we finished 5th. Oh, hooray, yippee, whatever. Like, it's just it's a statement. It's like it's done. I've moved on from that. It's not something I'm even thinking about. It doesn't bother me. I'm thinking about the Champions League. That's what I'm putting my energy in. Not about no top 5 and all these silly yo-yo that happens every week.
Bro, I've got a question. Are you going to finish above Man United?
Well, it's interesting you say that. I managed to lure a couple of delusional fans out there over this weekend. I set my traps nicely. And then, they saw a few things and they got excited and they fell into my trap. So they obviously believe that, and I've got all that energy because again, it's light work, man. That's light work for me. Because when he starts, we know when Caricature starts his nonsense. When they start throwing stuff at their TV and he all starts going pear shaped, we know what's coming. And we've got to go to Old Trafford to stamp them on the head as well. So
what about Szoboszlai right back and Endo at centre back?
You've come again with this energy. I don't understand.
You're close to it. Wait. Uche, you remember the last pod, yeah?
Yeah.
I said about Frimpong specifically getting popped down.
Yes,
what happened?
Yeah.
Within
but then at the same time,
days,
you fixed him.
Popped down.
But
you have no replacement.
No, but you've conveniently forgot that Konate had a bereavement and he's back in full force.
So get Konate, I said specifically,
and then Gomez
and his injury problems. You said no, Gomez, that's fine. You don't need cover.
Gomez is not far off. He was according to the manager,
he's not far off another injury. You mean?
Yes. They're scrambling in the transfer market right now.
You know what's interesting about what you're saying. Obviously, it's a risk, but for me, I think that's why being the top 8 was so important during the week after we had that conversation. That's why I rate what we did. I wouldn't be out here being so confident if we had to play that last 16. There's going to be a lot of weeks now where we play once a week, just like Manchester United are going to be doing. So for me, I think that helps our case a lot. And hopefully, from what the manager said, the Frimpong injury is not as serious. I do believe we need him, desperately need him in March. And believe it or not, I actually do strongly believe that we need number 9 in March as well. I think these guys are going to, come into their own. And then the Champions League is coming, man. I'm telling you now.
Is that going to come out of pre-season?
He doesn't need pre-season. He's gonna be straight.
He doesn't need pre-season now.
No.
He needed a 6-month pre-season, but now he doesn't need it.
I'm telling you, man. I'm seeing things. I'm telling you. The guy will be ready, mate.
Wait. Did you get email from his lawyers or something?
No, I'm telling you. Listen, they feel like what happened with Wirtz, right? These guys, the quality is there. Yeah, the quality is there. That's never been the issue. My issue has always been this waiting for him to fire. But I think in March, when he comes back, he's going to be a different player, and he's going to be needed.
What the hell? That's a U-turn, mate.
These players. One thing I realized watching this season, these players have switch it up because of the Champions League. They want it desperately.
You've banged your head, man.
I was about to say, you sworn on the pod today, and then now you're backing Isaac in the same pod.
This man,
this is crazy.
Something's happened.
What do you mean I'm backing him? Well, you need to clarify that. I'm not backing him to start.
You are backing him. You said in March he's coming back and he's going to do the thing.
He's coming back, yeah, would not, like a leg break might have been the best news that happened to him. When he comes back, he actually will resemble.
He's been hit with a harassment order from his
No, listen. I predicted what happened. I am predicting this because I'm saying he can't go on like that forever. So he's had his break. We're back in it. He's going to be showing his quality.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay, so, well let's wrap this up now because we've done quite a long pod today. It's been a really, really good pod. Good comments. So well done to everyone who's been contributing. Guys, we've got big games coming up next weekend. Liverpool are at home to Man City. Well, let's do some predictions before we end the pod for this week. So let's start with CT, our favourite predictor when it comes to Liverpool matches. And now this time, CT,
I know, man.
You've got some skin in the game. So Liverpool versus Man City. What is going to be the result?
We need a favor, guys. Come on, man. Because Uche opened his mouth and started running it up, we're gonna slap them. It's not gonna be a slappage. I'm gonna hope for a 1-1 draw.
You're hoping for a 1-1 draw. Okay,
Yeah.
we got Harvey saying a 3-1 Liverpool win. You don't think that we're going to beat them, CT?
No,
You can't say. Can you actually say those words?
That's hard to say, bro. But I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to go safety here and go for a draw, 1-1. That will do us as well. That will help us out. So yeah.
Okay, and Mikey,
Is the game at your place?
Yeah.
Oh yes. 3-2 to you guys.
3-2 to
There's going to be
Liverpool.
goals. You guys can't defend, and
They can't defend.
They can't defend. So I'm looking at Ekitike hat trick.
Wow.
Okay, Dunya's got a 2-1 Liverpool victory. Others who are watching, please let us know. Kimberly saying 3-2 to Liverpool, so he's agreeing with you. Mikey, Uche, what are you saying?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be. I was gonna go for 4, but I'll keep it at 3. Make it respectable. 3-1 Liverpool. I think they will concede because, unfortunately, that's how we roll these days. But I'm very tempted to go to give them 4, but I'm gonna stick to 3-1. 3-1 Liverpool. But this is light work. I'm telling you, this is gonna be one of our easiest games of the season in the league.
Okay, and Aki.
4-3 City.
4-3
What? They're going
City.
to come to Anfield and score 4 goals?
Yeah,
And you're saying it so proudly?
That's already happened this season, I think. At least
My
one.
days.
You're saying it so proudly?
I can't believe
Yeah,
Aki's
probably
turned into one of
even
these
gonna
Spurs fans. He's turned into one of these Spurs fans because he doesn't want us to win the league.
That's why he's doing it.
He's going to
I
lose.
think it'll be an open game. And I think City will win because they've got more.
Disgrace, man.
It's definitely true.
Yeah,
Actually,
bro,
was
I had to
desperately.
get him off.
Okay, Harvey saying Wirtz goal, Ekitike brace. So, guys, you said that Uche's banged his head, but I might have banged mine as well because I'm going to say Liverpool going to win 4-1.
No!
Wow.
Wow!
Hey, somebody take
What the heck?
somebody take the Rose computer.
You know what, man?
4-1.
No. I can never.
I'm saying it,
the
Uche.
same side I did. No, I'm not doing it. If this guy's going with that, I'm changing my score right now. No, this is way too positive for my liking. I'm
Yo,
changing
defense
it.
Rose going
What the hell
4-1.
is going on
No.
here?
What is happening here?
Aki's
Are you
predicted
for
a
real?
loss and Ross
Maybe
going on?
4-2. Maybe 4-2. Now, what I saw today was just nonsense. It's just nonsense what I saw today from Man City, and with the home crowd, they'll obviously score because that's as Uche says what we do these days. But I could see us scoring a few. So 4-1.
All right,
Yes.
good stuff.
Dunya says Aki has lost more than his beard. Yeah, we are speculating the same thing. We are speculating the same
What's
thing.
the plot, mate?
Harvey say 3-1. Okay, so that's Liverpool. And Arsenal got Sunderland at home.
We have
The famous Sunderland have done very, very well this season, but they're going to collect a defeat at the Emirates, is what I'm going to predict. So I'm going to say it's going to be a comfortable 2-0 to Arsenal. And it's just going to be a canter for the rest of the season, CT. Canter
game
for the
by game.
title. What's your prediction, CT?
Smoky settings, man. 3-0.
Smoky settings. Yes, man. Yes, CT. That's it. Finally.
We're back.
Finally. You're
I'm
finally.
booking that parade date now, mate.
That's it. Thank you very much.
I'll be
Finally.
there.
Please.
Okay, we got some predictions coming in. Harvey 3-0 Arsenal, Kimberly 3-1 Arsenal. Mikey, who you agreeing with? Who you going with? What are you going with?
4-0 Arsenal.
4-0.
We've got the semi-final in a week, so I'm hoping that doesn't distract us. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
4-0.
City are playing as well, aren't they?
Yeah, City are playing as well, so that should help you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Aki.
1-1.
We're not you.
This guy's in dreamland.
A decent team.
The Liverpool
The City
loss.
are going to win 4-3, and Sunderland are going to
Big
come
smile
to
on
them
his face as well, you know.
1-1.
Big
Yeah,
smile.
because it's gonna be another twist in the Premiership. This will be the beginning of your downfall, hopefully.
Spurs, man.
Dreamland for real. Dreamland for real. Uche, what are you
Let's
saying?
see. We'll find out. We'll find out.
It's a done deal. Congratulations once again to Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal
Game by
4,
game.
Arsenal 4, Sunderland 0. I think Madueke is going to show whoever is on that side who's boss, and Gyökeres is gonna get his customary goal. Simple things, like he said, smoky settings. Love it, CT. Love it.
Smoky settings indeed. Okay, so both for Liverpool and for us, for Arsenal as well. But just looking at the other fixtures that impact on our team. So Man United got Spurs at home. That's the early kickoff on a Saturday. Villa, who are now not in anything to do with the title race, they're away to Bournemouth. Chelsea away to Wolves. Who did they win? They did, didn't they? Wolves won at the
No, they
weekend.
lost to Bournemouth.
Oh, they lost. Okay. I thought Mane scored.
They
Again.
lost to
The
Bournemouth.
week before.
Okay. All right then. Well, guys, it's been a good pod. It's been a good pod. We shall see you again next week. Next Sunday, when Arsenal will one close a step to the title.
That's
Liverpool have
9
Liverpool will be
points.
celebrating their 4-1 victory against Man City, which is helping Arsenal to that title.
9 points.
Guys, if you're new to the pod, please do remember to subscribe to the channel because it helps us grow. Also, for everyone who's watched this, please do like this stream because, as I said, that also helps the pod grow. So, cheers, everyone. Thanks for getting involved. We'll see you all again next week, and we are out from the One True Red Boys. See you next week, guys.